Hey, welcome back to another exciting episode of Clark's Public Art School. We're here on the shores of Lake Champlain, and I have a piece of birch plywood that has been stained black, and I have a white acrylic paint marker, and I'm going to do an abstract drawing. I'm not thinking too much about what I'm gonna draw, but what I do like to do on these like weird shaped pieces of plywood, is this line showing up? Okay, cool. I've got an easel here covered in blue fabric so that it disappears. Not to like give away all the trade secrets, but there's this little like lip in front of it. Anyway, it's the day after my birthday, and it was an epic birthday weekend. I have to say, I don't usually care too much about birthdays. It's not that I dislike them, I just, it's like whatever, it's a birthday. It's no big deal. But it felt like a celebration, and I felt held and by my friends and family, and it was just really special. And my coworkers and my students at Youth Build. It was just awesome. Oh my God. So I'm kind of flying high. Oh God, look at that little blump. That's what I'm gonna call that. And yeah, I'm kind of flying high off of that weekend of. Let's see, what should I do here? I'm gonna go down there. Yeah, that's it. That's the vibe. And then okay, don't get too pokey. I have a limited time for this this session, so I'm kind of try to move fast and not overthink it. Let's see what we got here. I want y'all to be able to see what's happening. So there's an artist who did live in Burlington and now lives not in Burlington, maybe part-time in New York, in Brooklyn, and part-time outside of town, in like the islands. They have these islands near Burlington called the Hero Islands, Grand Isle. There's a few different names, I think. Anyway, Lydia made this public art project, and this scrap of wood was given to me by Lydia, and it already had like a cool kind of quarter pipe shape to it, and then I cut like a wiggle edge here and a wiggle edge there, and just kind of spiced it up a little bit, and then stained it black with I think it was liquid acrylic ink. And if you want to see the public art piece that Lydia did, that this was like, I think this was some kind of like template that she used. Whoa, hey. Well, I thought I knew what I was doing there, but that's, okay, there we go. I like that better than what I was about to do there. So, all right, I'm gonna race through this thing. Don't overthink it. So part of my teaching job is this place called Youth Build, that is an international organization that's like students or just youth who hated school. Some of them have dropped out, some want to drop out, whatever. Traditional high school was not the right fit. And I feel you, because I feel like I could have benefited from something like this, and that traditional high school was not really a good fit for me either. Although I didn't do too bad with it, but didn't do too good either. So anyway, we do help kind of like with the students, like getting into the trades and finding what kind of career they want to go into. We also are building a house for Habitat for Humanities. It's an amazing program. So if you know any youth that would benefit from it, they have them all over the world. They have these programs definitely all over the U.S. in many major cities, and then they have them also all over the world. And part of our like daily routine is, I'm trying to think of what I'm forgetting to tell you about. Okay, and I don't want to get distracted here. Let's see. Part of our daily routine is like a morning meeting and also like an afternoon meeting. And the afternoon meeting is kind of like a recap of the day, and you say what you appreciate, what you learned, what was your positive, which is like the thing that you liked most during the day. And then what your appreciation is like appreciating a single person or a couple of people for like something that they did that helped you or that you appreciated in any way. And when it's your birthday, they do like a round of appreciations where everybody says what they appreciate about you. And today was my first day having that happen. And wow, like it was heartwarming to say the least. It was a very special day, special moment. And I did CPR first aid training with a student today. So that was exciting. I learned some stuff. But the thing that I didn't know, let's see, where are we at? 6:24. We got a few minutes. The thing that I really didn't know that I learned in CPR first aid training was that when someone has hypothermia, like they're overheated, heat stroke, heat exhaustion, the best thing to do if it's available is to soak them up to their neck in cold water to cool them down as fast as possible. I was like, what? I like, there was like a question, multiple choice questionnaire, and I definitely got that one wrong because I thought that you're not supposed to do that. But really, I think it's that with hyperthermia and someone is cold, you're not supposed to like put them in a hot bath because it can cause some kind of irregular heartbeat. What else did we learn there? And let's see, what else do I want to say about Youth Build? Yeah, some of the students are working on their GED. Some are working on, a lot of them are co-enrolled in high school. And so they're working on their diplomas and getting like high school credits while at Youth Build. And we have an employment coordinator who helps them find the right job and line up like work studies. And then we're working on a Habitat for Humanities house. Dave and Meg are on site on the Habitat site. They're building a duplex in Essex right now that's pretty close to being done. It's at the drywall side and siding stage. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, so I'm gonna skip back into the CPR training. Let's talk CPR. It's 30 pumps, 30 chest compressions per 2 breaths. So you do like 30 chest compressions, and you're pushing down about 2 inches into right in the middle of their chest with like, they're on a hard surface, the ground or somewhere where there's not like, it's like soft, not soft behind their back. Let's see, we got 627. Yeah, you do 30 chest compressions and then 2 breaths. And you're doing that until, like, this is if someone's heart has stopped. And what you want to be doing is keeping blood flowing to their brain. Super important. And you can just do this, like you're just waiting for you're waiting for the paramedics to arrive. And so you're like, ideally you say, you call 911. And you go get a defibrillator, an AED. And while they're doing that, you're doing CPR. And maybe you have another person who knows how to do CPR, so you're giving chest compressions and they're doing breaths. And you're going 5 rounds of 30 chest compressions for and then 2 breaths every 30 chest compressions. And when you're doing it at a rate of 100 to 120 per minute. So you're going pretty fast, but you want to let their chest like fill, kind of come back after every compression, because you want that blood to like refill the heart. And you can do this indefinitely and keep blood and oxygen pumping through the body for like really until you just can't go anymore, or until the scene becomes unsafe. And but I didn't know that about CPR, I didn't know that you could just, you could really just keep going. Like, and I think that's important to know. You can do CPR for 45 minutes if you have it in you. It is exhausting. So I think that's another kind of like factor, is that there's kind of like a physical limit for how long you can give chest compressions and breaths. But yeah, the more you know. I encourage you all to go get CPR first aid training. It's pretty empowering to know that you can like help if someone really needs it. What else did I learn about? If someone's having a seizure, you aren't really supposed to do anything. You just kind of make sure that they're safe and that there's not like a hazard around them, and that they're not going to like knock something over onto themselves or like hurt themselves. And what else? Learned about how to stop bleeding. Sorry, trigger warning. This is hopefully this is informative and not too weird that I'm like doing CPR recap on this art show. But I mean, it's like ideally, God forbid you ever need to use this information. But what if I'm here telling you this stuff and you kind of like, it's like in your head, maybe you got like CPR trained like 30 years ago, and then like all of a sudden you're back in it and you're needed, and then you're like, oh yeah, I was watching that art show and he said 30 chest compressions per 2 breaths. All right, now I remember. And then you save somebody's life, and then you can like write me a letter and I'll read it on the show, and I'll still be like, oh my God, that's so sweet. I really would be like ecstatic if I was able to help in that way, by giving this information. So let's see what we got. Oh, that was unexpected. We're on the tail end here. I'm gonna do. Let's see. There's a theme, in case y'all haven't noticed. It's called layer cake. It's like, this is the middle flavor. That's like the pink part of the cake. This is like the white part, and that's the white part. Or it's like blue, white, blue, or something like that. There's definitely a lot of like 3 to 5 stripes. That's a thing. I just do it everywhere. Oh, this is 2 stripes. There's 3. I'm gonna go man, I'm like, I'm gonna be quick, I swear. And then I just get into talking about CPR and youth builds. But yeah, this was my first year teaching full time, and it has been amazing. I have been a full-time artist since I was in my early 20s, and this was kind of like my first really like substantial excursion into having a 9 to 5. And it was mostly for the health insurance, but I was like, if I'm gonna get a job, it better be something like really cool. And this one just kind of like fell into my life in a very synchronistic way, which felt like just kind of like, yeah. And yeah, I think I'm gonna like keep going with it. Super rewarding work, good group of students, high energy, super exhausting. I love that. I like to like work really hard and be like tired, like extremely physically like tired at the end of the day is like one of my favorite feelings. And this job has provided that, and with like an emotional exhaustion component of it too. Not as good. I like the physical exhaustion. The emotional part, you know, whatever. It is what it is. If you care, then that's just how it is. And we're about to wrap up. We're almost at the end. I kind of want to leave some. I like this little spot. Leave that. Boom, boom. Should I? I feel like 5 is better than 3 right here. Oh, maybe not. Whoops. Okay. This is gonna be weird, but this is like this bulge right here is like, what do I do here? I'm gonna do this. I know it's kind of a weird move, but whatever. It's happening. Deal with it. And I think that's it. I might see something later, but right now it's looking pretty good. Thanks for coming out, y'all. This has been a lovely, I don't know. I appreciate you. Thanks for showing up to watch this thing happen and learn a little bit about youth build and first aid and CPR. Peace out.